As we continue with our quick thoughts on Pirkay Avos, I want to comment, first of all, on that which it says, Maisris Siagla Oisher. Again, we talked about this, that the proper way to behave with money is counterintuitive. Because we think that if we give, we'll be poorer. And it sure looks that way. If, you start writing out checks, so then you don't have that much money left. The Gemara tells us a pithy saying, Melech Mammon Chaser. 3 words. In this case, Melech doesn't mean a king. It's spelled with a ches. The salt of money is to be missing some of it. In the olden days, they didn't have refrigeration, so if they wanted to go on a sea journey, they salted the meat so that it should be preserved. The Gemara says, Melech Mammon Chaser. The way to preserve money is to give some away. We know that the Torah tells us, Aser to Aser. Aser, B'shvil she'tisasher. You should give Meiser in order to become rich. Now, even though that's talking about Meiser Tvua, tithes, Rabbeinu Yoina says over here on this Mishnah that it also refers to Ksafim. That when we give away, we become rich. My Zayda, Rabbi Menachem Yitzchak, Zeichet Tzadik Levracha, who loved Gematria, would always say this Gematria. He says, Aser to Aser, if you take Meiser from the word to Aser. So, Meiser of Tov is 400, so Meiser of Tov is Mem. Meiser of Ayin to Aser. Meiser of Ayin is 70, so Meiser of 70 is 7, so that's Mem Zayin. Meiser of Sin, 300, is Lamed. Right? So far that's Mem Zayin Lamed. And Meiser of Reish, 200, is Chav, which is, in this case, an end of Chav. So Mem Zayin Lamed Chav is Mazloch. If Aser to Aser, the Meiser of to Aser is Mazloch. That determines what your mazel will be if you give tzedakah. Gemara tells us, it's a fascinating Gemara. The Gemara says, Misha mezoynoisav mitzumtzamim. Somebody whose budget is tight. Yaseh mehem tzedakah. He should do tzedakah. Now that's again counterintuitive. It's tight now, it's not the time to give away. But you give away, Hashem will give you more. That's the way it works. That's the way. And not only that, the Rabbeinu Shalom throws down the gauntlet. You're not allowed to test Hashem, except in this area. V'chanuni na b'zayis. You could test me. Im lo yarikoisi lachem bracha ad b'lidai, the Navi says. You'll give, and you'll bring your ma'aser to the base of Eitzer, and you'll see that I will shower you ad sheyivlu suseisechem alay medai, until you get tired of saying enough. I just want to say that besides tzedakah being a siyag la'isher, we already had marbet tzedakah marbet shalom. That when you give tzedakah, it promotes peace, which we said is midah keneged midah, because when you give tzedakah and you restore the harmony in somebody's home that was tense because of a lack of finances, Hashem rewards us midah keneged midah with shalom. And it says tzedakah tatzim amaves, the famous Maisa of Rabbi Akiva's daughter. Rabbi Akiva's daughter was married at her wedding. She had a brooch, and it was heavy. So she took it out of her gown, off her gown, and she stuck it in the wall. Later, she wanted to put back on the brooch. She pulled out from the wall, and it came along with it a venomous poisonous snake that she killed by sticking the brooch into the wall. So she showed it to her father, And her father said, I was worried the whole day. I was told that you were supposed to die today. Nafik v'darish tzedakah tatzil mamavis. Charity saves from death. And we said over that not only does it save from death, but it also protects us from Gehenna. Right? Tunis Rufus asked Rabbi Akiva, if Hashem loves the poor, why doesn't he take care of them? And Rabbi Akiva said to save the rest of us from Gehenna. So this, I think this is one of the hardest mitzvahs, to part with our money. It's a hard thing. It's a hard thing to part with money. It's easier to get a tooth pulled than to part with money. It's a hard thing. But it's really only a smokescreen. Because actually when we give money, we become wealthier. It protects us in this world and the next world and gives us many, many rewards. I just want to add that what it says over here, that offense for Chachma is shtika. Remember that we learned in the previous Mishnah, Kol Yomai Gadalti Ben HaChachamim V'loi Matzasi L'guf Toiv Mishtika. It's nothing better than the body to know when to keep your mouth shut. When a person knows to keep their mouth shut, they could save a weekend, they could save an evening. It's a tremendous talent.